first question you're probably going to ask is, does this idiot golf? No, I do not golf. Don't make me go into it either. I don't need to. I'm sure we got a couple of golfers watching on occasion that are probably like, what's his problem with golf? It's just stupid. See, there I go. Now I'm commenting. But got the Starlink up and running again, and just for there it is. And yeah, it's plugged in. We're in the Tesla. We're not going to show you how good it drives by itself. Many of you are not interested in that. Now, what I could say you would be interested in, a lot of you, I know I see you guys out there in your old piece of shit Camaros, and yeah, I know, I said it, piece of shit. This car's gonna cost, you could buy probably 10 Lamborghinis with the money you put into those things. But I digress. This car will blow the doors off of almost any vehicle on the road before the person in said vehicle even knows what the hell just happened to them. They're sitting there with their girlfriend bashing mud. Next second, the car's gone. It's like something out of the movie Vanishing Point. You oldies, you might remember that. Yeah, I got some shit on the window. Let's just squeegee it off. There we go. Squeegee time. Anyway, now we won't bore you with the self-driving and all that. I mean, what's cool though is the Starlink. To me it is. I enjoy it. I like the fact that I can stream with a GoPro, no wires. And it's pretty seamless. It seems to stay hooked up, although there is some latency issues that you would see from time to time. It's still pretty amazing that, considering for the amount of money, and I know a few of you have seen those old trucks with the satellite dishes, and you're essentially becoming one of those vehicles, which costs millions of dollars, and you're doing it in your vehicle with Starlink antenna, you know. Oh, oops, sorry. That thing. But shove that back up in the front here. I don't know where the hell those spots came from, right below the lens. Oh, just did. Alright, yeah, we'll just, yeah, it must have been some hard wall. I'm the kind of guy who do minimal maintenance on the exterior. I wash it, sponge, soap and water. Realistically, that's all I really have time for, and I don't want to spend a whole hell of a lot of time on a car. I'm not that Italian where I need to keep it glossy and shiny and waxed. Because for one thing, I'm in upstate New York, and that tells the story right there. Now, the 6 days of sunshine they get up here, you know, doesn't equate to me going out and buffing the vehicle endlessly and lovingly caressing it with wax. Yeah. Anyway, Starlink, that's what we're here for. We're here for Starlink. I'm just going to adjust that camera again. Just looking for the OCD camera angle. Do I myself? No, I don't have the subscription. The vehicle's capable, but it's $99, $100 a month. I love how they do the $99.99 thing. Yeah, it's $100. I don't know why they don't just say that. It'd be a lot less weird if they just came out with that. But for $100 a month, the car's got to do a lot more than supervised self-driving. How about unsupervised? That would be something I wouldn't pay for. Which I'm sure it's getting around to, but all the guys who drive, I think. I'm not going to tell you how much I'm in love with the company, which it actually is a decent company. The service experience is excellent. It beats the shit out of going to a car dealer, a traditional car dealer. So with that said, yeah, no comparison there. So can't even do a comparison. There isn't one. But all in all, at the end of the day, it's still a car. It still goes down the road. You still have to adhere to the speed limit, even though the car can go lightning fast. And it does it instantaneously. This, of course, is a Model Y Performance, but even the non-performance vehicles have more than enough oomph to eliminate your driver's license in, I don't know, 15 different states. So the insurance, that is an issue with the Teslas. It's tough. It's not huge. I guess if you're driving a Corvette or a 68 Camaro, piece of shit, or, you know, one of those vehicles, you're probably, oh, speaking of Camaro, there goes one. That's a newer one. But if you're driving one of those, your insurance is probably up there. Unless, of course, well, if you own it, it's not. If you got a bank loan, you got to have collision in most states. So that's where the insurance gets pricey, is with the collision. And if you don't have a $2,000 deductible, well, it's going to be really pricey. But try not to get in a wreck. And that brings up another point. The vehicle is quite capable of staying out of collision. Unless, of course, you know, a dump truck happens to head on you. It's like that one that just passed. Then you got issues. But vehicle does get out of other vehicles' ways. Depends on how you have the car set up. I've kind of turned down a lot of those features, meaning they're not off, they're just at the last possible second they're on for, which is stupid, I know. But I'm tired of hearing the warnings, because when you drive a little assholey like I do on occasion, you tend to set those warnings off. And, you know, I don't want those going back to the command center, Tesla, and them preventing me from any future Tesla insurance when it finally does come to Florida. Which, even though I'm in New York, I'm from Florida. The vehicle's licensed, registered in Florida. Which makes things a little easier. New York State is kind of a hellhole. Yeah, you heard it, Kathy Hochul. You know I'm bashing you. She loves it. She does. She's used to it. But I don't know. I don't think we'd be in any better position if Como was in there. But let's not start a political rant, please. Even though Upstate New York could seriously use a few political ranters, we'll call them. And oh, I love these rotaries up here. They are so fun. This used to be a stoplight, which I guess the rotary is probably a better choice. I approve. You know, you occasionally get people who don't know really what they're doing in the rotary, but I guess you get that anywhere in any situation. So anyhow, how's the Starlink doing? I hope it's doing well. I don't have the chat function on because the Tesla will scream at me if it sees me looking down or looking away. And, you know, so that doesn't make it real YouTube friendly. Oh, Tesla, hello. Oh, that was a nice one. I like the white. It's very good for Florida. White is a great color for Florida. You want that down there. My color? Not really. You almost have to have a cover, which I do. And it works. I'd recommend the Tesla stuff whenever possible. The original equipment for Tesla. If you can't get it, then you go to Amazon and you get the sketchy Chinese shit, which I know it's all made in China, but Tesla has some quality control where the stuff you do get from them is top-notch. It's never been an issue. Never have I returned a single Tesla item, and I bought a few. So this is my second Tesla. This is number 2. And I really can't go into... my brother-in-law and I had an argument. It was quick, ended quickly. He's an old gas vehicle guy, and he's just looking to be a dick, honestly. But he... I think he asked me something about the Tesla, and I said, honestly, and I said his name. I'm not going to say it now because he'll know exactly. Well, he'll know what the hell I'm talking about. But I said, this is the last. I'll never own another gas vehicle. That's the summary of what I said. And he said, very quick retort was, oh, I'll never own an electric vehicle. And I thought to myself, well, good for you, dumb shit. It's not a big deal. Consider you do own a home. You can park it in the driveway and plug it in right here. But, you know, go ahead. Keep paying for overpriced fuel. And, you know, have fun with the wars. Because that shit is not even begun to get frustrating yet. We'll see fuel prices climb pretty quick. And then, you know, the knives will come out at that point. But that's how it always rolls here. Good old US of A. And the other thing is that Tesla's probably one of the most American cars you can drive. I know some asshole is going to say, bullshit, that's wrong. I know. Well, go do the research on it, please, while you're driving around some piece of shit Mazda or whatever it is. It was built in Canada and Mexico. And yeah, I know, Mexico is essentially part of North America. Or Canada is definitely, even though there are a bunch of live. There are a few. I guess there's a couple that are a little more aligned with, let's say, the red hats in the USA, but even the red hat bullshit has run its course, so yeah, I'm not big on that. We'll just stop dropping names because the Alpha India, which now runs kind of everything, here's one little thing, and then, of course, this gets demonetized, or it's not monetized, but it would get demonetized or copyright striked, which sucks. So anyhow, we don't want that. Even though I just said that, now I'm probably going to get monitored for that. So that's how Alpha India works. Just utter the magic words and you can really incriminate yourself. And I would say that to anybody who has a cell phone or Alexa or Siri or, you know, God knows what. Be careful what you say, because little ears are listening. It used to be the brats, but now it's something else. So with that said, all that aside, it's really good to say I didn't try to go more because, yeah, trees are a problem, especially when you tight out the books. It's not real easy for the Mini to stay hooked up, which is funny because in the past it seemed like it did great up there. I don't know if it's something that just required the software being optimized, which it has been yesterday. It usually is weekly, but that could have cured it. We'll see. Maybe I'll take a ride up there. I'm going to visit my grandson right now. I'll take him out to the lake and show him the water. He loves to go for a ride. But after that, we'll probably take a ride up to the north shore of Oneida Lake and see if we can caveat in place. The Mini isn't primarily designed to be used mobilely. It can be with the issues that I have, but if it's stationary, it's a whole nother ballgame. It works flawlessly for the most part. The satellites up there are whizzing along in space. So it works similar to cell tower technology, where it's handing off satellite to ground station to satellite, and so on and so forth. But things are pretty dynamic. And for those of you who didn't graduate middle school, that means that shit is happening really fast. And it's pretty impressive. So would I probably not get a burner phone and get a Starlink Mini with the 50 gig plan? Hell yeah. I'd save my pennies and pick up the mini dish next time it goes on sale, which it should be soon. Not the new Mini, but the first generation Mini. Just get that, and I think you'll enjoy it. I think whoever you are, probably guys my age, the 60 and over crowd, you'll love it. It's a whole lot cheaper than the traditional hardwired options. Hardwired meaning your cable companies, your Spectrums, your Xfinities, or I don't know what it is up here in New York. I just don't watch TV. So, wait a minute, my son just, let's see what he's got.
Julian Barreto says, "You better not live a stream right to my door or we are going to have issues."
Oh, snap. My son, he's a charmer, that one. But anyway, yeah, we weren't going to do that, so just so we'll call him Juliet Papa. We'll shut it off before we get to your street. So with that said, we don't have much longer, so I'm going to have to get ready to wind down the live stream. But if you would be so kind as to check out my link, if you want to get Starlink, you can get it 1 month free by using my link. You can't get it free any other way. So it's a pretty cool thing. For me and you, I just get a free month, you get a free month. And yeah, it's nice. I enjoy the free months. Thank you. Thank you in advance. I appreciate it. But we're going to get ready to spin down this broadcast here. And as my lovely son was watching. Thank you, Juliet. Juliet Papa. And let's cut it off for now.